Good evening, folks, and a hearty welcome to our drive-in theater. We have a wonderful evening's entertainment lined up for you, one that will provide several hours of pleasurable relaxation and diversion for you and your family. Did you fail to dress up for tonight's show? No tie, an old shirt and slacks, a house dress? Well, don't give it a thought. We're glad you came as you are. We just want you to enjoy yourselves. Don't forget to visit our refreshment center during the intermission or any time. You love the tasty array of snacks we have to offer. So will the youngsters. Everything is quality and so good. We hope you'll make this a weekly visit. Bring the family. Bring your friends. There are always wonderful new pictures to see, delightful snacks to nibble, a gay, pleasant evening for all. Oh, a word of caution. Don't drive over 10 miles an hour in the theater area for your safety's sake. And Mom or Pop, go with the kids when they leave the car. We hope you have a wonderful time. Come back soon.
guys? It is me. It is me, yours truly, Lord Blue Eyes, Frankie G. What is up? Well, I can't say welcome to the stream because this ain't the stream. What this is a video about movies that well, let's put it this way. Okay. It is going to be September. I'm filming this on August 30th. And tomorrow, obviously, September 1st. And I am just ecstatic, excited. I am elated that fall is coming, that September is here. And you know what that means? Halloween season. You know, this is the time of year that, you know, oh my God, you get pumpkin spices, you get, oh my God, apple cider, you get leaves falling, you get that ambiance in the air that is just, oh my God, like the way the sun sets and the golden colors everywhere and, you know, the radiant, vibrant colors, just everything. It's just amazing. All the smells, the wood burning, like all of it is amazing. The trees are transitioning, and as awesome and as beautiful it is, it leads into some creepiness. And, you know, we all love Halloween, so we love horror. Most of my channel is based on horror games. That's what I started on. So I had the idea. I did a review just recently on the scary stories told in the dark or whatever, a couple weeks ago, and I'm looking forward to doing more of those. I really enjoyed it, and I was sitting here thinking, wow, you know, we got the season coming. It is September. We're leaning into Halloween. I'm rambling, but to make my point, I was sitting here thinking, I was like, hey, why don't I make a list of some movies that I like, that I think are really good and very interesting. And, you know, it's all subjective. You may not like them. You may have seen them. You may think, oh my God, that's trash. Why is he recommending this? Or, wow, he recommended this, so I won't watch that. Well, guys, I just suggest give it another shot. Watch the movies. Check them out. Give it a fair shot. You know, put yourself in the shoes of the people in the movie. You know, try to have the compassion and empathy of the people in it, and that's what I do. So I always try to think, okay, I'm in that situation, and is it scary? Some things are just scary in general. You may have fears, and those fears may be shown in movies. So, and that might make it creepy to you. So. With further ado, though, with all that said, these are movies that I really thought were good. These are going to be a list of movies that I find that are suspenseful horrors. So they're not slasher movies. Okay, so my plan is, guys, I'm going to give you 5 movies a week through September. Okay, 5 each week. And then in October, I am going to give you guys slasher movies that I like. So we'll go from there. But for right now, these are movies that I find to be suspenseful and creepy and scary to get us into the mood. Okay, so again, you may like them, you may not. You may have seen them, you may not. You may not want to see them. Hey, that's fine and dandy. But I thought I'd throw these out there. Okay, again, there's different reasons why I like the movies. And I'll try to give you a quick synopsis of what I like about them or what I don't like about them. Or not what I don't like about them. Well, yeah, I'll give you a little bit of that too. But overall, these are movies I like, and I think they're going to be really good. So, without further ado, let's start this off. Let's go to the first movie. So, our first movie is It. Okay? It is 2017 It. Now, I got to tell you guys, I just saw this movie late into the game. Okay, so this movie came out 2 years ago. They got the new one coming out. I saw the trailer for the new one, and I was like, oh my God, I love the cast. The trailer looked creepy as hell. It looked really good. So I was like, I got to see this movie. So me and Lady, we rented it the other night, and we loved it. Okay, I grew up a long time ago. I saw the originals. Okay, and they were good. I have to say, I'm not the biggest Stephen King fan, and I'm sorry, I'm going to get a lot of hate for that. I think he's overrated. But, guys, he has a lot of good things and a lot of good ideas. But he has a lot of trash that gets thrown in there, too. That doesn't mean that his stuff's not good. I just think people put him on this super high pedestal. And for right now, I guess he is the best horror writer. You know what I mean? There's others out there that write really good movies, and I don't think they get the credit because maybe they don't write as much. But anyway, back to this, man. It was great. I'm gonna say it a lot right now because I have to. But it was amazing. The guy that played Pennywise, freaking amazing. He was so good in the role. The movie itself was. I thought it was creepy. I did not find it overly scary. I think if I put myself in their shoes, it would be scary because the movie's based on fear. So it's projected onto you, whatever your fear is. The movie was amazing in the fact that visually, everything was so good. The camera work was really good. The cinematography was great. The lighting was really good. Some of the lighting outside was very bright just because of the time of the year it was. It was like summertime and a school year. Not really fall, but it was pretty bright on the outside, and then there were other scenes that were dark, but I was glad that it wasn't too dark to where you couldn't see things. There were scenes that were dark, and you would see like little things here and there. It was pretty cool. But Pennywise was really cool. I didn't like his forehead and his hair, but hey, whatever. The cast. Oh my god, the cast was amazing, guys. I don't really love a ton of movies with kids in it because kids acting can be so-so sometimes. But this group looked like they were together forever. They gelled. They were amazing, okay? The camaraderie was there. Their interaction was good. The dialogue was great. Their acting was phenomenal. I absolutely loved the main girl that was in it. I think the girl that played her name was Sophia Lillis, and then you have the boy from Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things. And I gotta say, the group of kids kind of had that Stranger Things kind of vibe, also kind of the Goonies kind of vibe. So if you like Goonies or you like Stranger Things, this is it. This is Goonies scarier. So it's kind of just like Stranger Things, but instead of the things that Stranger Things fighting, you're fighting the clown, Pennywise. So the movie actually pulled a lot of emotions out of me. I thought there were some scenes that were really deep and pretty sad. But overall, I didn't find it really tremendously scary. Parts of it were kind of scary, but not real scary. There were some jump scares, but I didn't think they were all that terrifying. But creepy nonetheless. And there were a couple parts that kind of had some suspense going. But I made a joke. I leaned over to the lady and I said about Sophia Lillis, who plays Beverly in the movie. I was like, dude, she's Molly Ringwald. I was like, and the bad kid reminded me of Kevin Bacon. And then I saw a reference, somebody referenced him to the bad kid in Over the Top. But he reminded me of Kevin Bacon. There was one bad guy that reminded me of John Travolta. There was a bike that had silver written on it, and it was silver. So I think some of those were nods to other Stephen King things. But later in the movie, back to the Molly Ringwald, one of the kids jokes and says, "Who invited Molly Ringwald?" And I was like, "Oh!" And me and my lady were like laughing. We were like, "Oh my god, that's too funny." So anyway, that is the first movie. Really loved it. There were parts of the movie that the story just fell off, where they didn't explain things, and I'm not going to get into details because I'm not going to be I don't want spoilers. But I was a little disappointed with that. However, this was chapter 1, and the sequel is, I guess, chapter 2. So maybe they'll tie some of those loose ends up in that. So that was the first movie. Okay, let's move on to number 2. All right, guys. This movie, The Visit. All right, it doesn't have anybody in it that I think anybody would really know. the actors, I tried to look them up in IMDb to see if there was anything else that they were really in, and I really didn't see anything that really kind of stood out. However, and this is where I'm going to lose people, this is an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Okay? Um, so it's going to have a twist. And I have to say, it was pretty good. This movie was fantastic, in my opinion. And I know a couple people that saw it, and they thought it was really good too. I recommend this movie to everybody, like all the time. It is very suspenseful in some scenes. Some scenes are really creepy, like really, really, really creepy. Okay, and I have to say, this is one of those few movies in my lifetime that actually sat with me for a while. For a good week or so, this movie was embedded in my brain and in my subconscious and everything. It was just there in the forefront. Okay, it creeped me out like a lot, but not in a way that was like, oh, that was so disturbing. Like, oh, okay, but it was like creeped me out. Like, it was really creepy. Like, it was really good. It did what it was supposed to do. It was set out to do that and be suspenseful, and it did it. It did it, and it had the twist at the end. I thought it was phenomenal. I thought the acting in the movie was great. I thought it was visually was amazing. It does have M. Night's touch to it, to like these big, like, I don't know how to explain it, but the cinematography was really good. The lighting was really good. Everything was good about this movie. I would definitely recommend it. It was, without a doubt, I would recommend it. It was one of my more favorite movies for creep factor. So definitely give it a shot, even if you're not an M. Night Shyamalan fan. I felt this was more along the Sixth Sense kind of M. Night, where he really got the movie. Although, I hate to say this because this might lose people too. I really like The Village. I'm sorry, I did. I think a lot of people that didn't like it were disappointed just sort of for two reasons. One, they got duped at the end, and they didn't see it coming, and they don't want to feel stupid about why they got duped at the end. I mean, honestly, I think that's really one of the big reasons. That twist at the end was really good, and people just didn't want to admit that they didn't see that coming, and it was what it was. Okay, maybe they didn't like it. I don't know. But the other thing was, there was these creepy creatures in the village, and I think people wanted it to be more of a horror movie surrounded by them. And they were creepy, and they were involved, and there was a lot to it, but that wasn't the main focus. So I think people kind of just left a sour taste in their mouth. But the movie itself was really, really good. This is better than that, I think, in many ways, especially creep factor. So it definitely delivers. Okay, guys. So that was 2 down. Let's go to number 3. Number 3, a lot of people don't like these kind of movies, and they sure as hell don't like the Paranormal Activity movies. They don't even want to waste their time with them. Why? Because they're like reality based and they're slow. This is the first Paranormal Activity. Okay, there were, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. I don't know, 4 or 5 of them made, and a couple of them kind of fell off. One of them I never saw. Or 2 of them I may not have seen towards the end, once they started getting kind of like, they branched out into all this other weird stuff, and I don't think it really was it kept me at that point. I thought the first one and the second one even was really good. I'm playing a game right now based off of the movies called Paranormal Activity, so if you guys haven't checked that out, go check out my game play of it. I set up I set it up on my channel, so you guys can go in and check it out. I have them, like, you can just click on it, and it's grouped together, so you can watch those. Really good if you guys like scary jump scares and watching people get scared. That's me. Go check it out. Awesome. But the movie is. The first one's not quite like like what the game is. The second movie is more like the game in a way, but the first one is what starts it all. And let me tell you something, it's slow, it gets into it, and once it gets into it, it's really, really good. There are a couple scenes. Now, I talk about movies that people have fears and You might see it in the movie, and then that scares you even more. Well, there's things in this movie that trigger fears that I have or nightmares that I have, and this really, to me, if you really put yourself into it, engross yourself into it, and you become part of them, it is a pretty terrifying movie. Very suspenseful, slow to build, but once it gets going, it is good. I recommend it. I recommend it. There are a couple scenes in there that make me want to just pee myself. Because if it was me, I would flip out. So it actually sets fear in me when I see the certain scenes. So I highly recommend this movie. Give it a shot if you haven't seen it. Forget the fact that it's reality based. The characters in it are Mika and Katie, and that's the actual actors' names. And it's supposed to be based on found footage, though it's not true, guys. But it's based on it. Okay, but check it out because if you like it, the series gets better. Like it goes into I think 3 series, or the first 3 are really good. So go check those out. Okay. Next, number 4. Let's roll. This is the autopsy of Jane Doe. Okay, guys. This movie is a Netflix movie. It is not one of those go to the movie theater blockbuster movies that you would see there. It should have been, because this movie was phenomenal. Phenomenal. I watched it twice within 2 days. Like, I watched it almost back to back, because I watched it and then I told Lady about it. Lady's like, I gotta watch it. So she watched it and she's like, oh my God, that was terrifying. So the movie is really suspenseful in some parts, but it's got a lot of creep factor, guys. Really good story. The plot to this movie is so good. Okay, it leaves you like throughout the movie, you're like, what is going on? What is going on? What is going on? And you're like, you're kind of piecing it together, and you may have some ideas of what's happening. But man, this movie smacks you in the face at the end. It is good. So the acting in it is great. It has a couple well-known people like Brian Cox and I forget his name. Emil Hirsch is how I don't forget. I think that's how you say it. I'm not really sure. He was in Girl Next Door as the main character. He plays the son of Brian Cox's character, and they both work in a morgue, and they do the autopsies for, like the police and some other stuff. And of course, they have a Jane Doe, and they're doing an autopsy and trying to figure out a mystery story. But it is suspenseful. It is scary to some extent. It is really, really good. Filmed well. There are some really, really good shots in it. The movie flows. There's no lulls in it. Like, it doesn't bore you because you're really trying to figure out the mystery of it too. So I highly recommend this movie. If you have Netflix, go check it out. If you don't, I'm sorry. Maybe you can find a bootleg of it. I don't know. But maybe if you guys like it and you don't have it on, or you don't have Netflix, let me know. Put it in the comments. If you guys want to do a rabbit night, we could do a movie night and we can watch the movie. I can put it on, and because I think I can run Netflix through there, and we can check it out, guys. We can make a big group thing if you want to see it. But I have to forewarn you, there is nudity, lots of nudity. And there is some really graphic gore in it. Okay, so not like slasher movie gore, but they're doing autopsies. So, but guys, definitely check it out. Love this movie. All right, guys. Now, last one, the Amityville Horror remake. Okay, guys, I know what you're thinking. You're like, Amityville, the remake? Well, come on, guys. The original Amityville is fantastic. So if you guys want to watch the original, go check out the original. I got nothing against it. It is really good. Great cast. Phenomenal movie. But it is very old. I don't mind that. I love movies in the 70s and early 80s. I love the nostalgia of them. I love the feel and the look of them. 8mm style and all that jazz. I love it. And I really actually almost put that one on here. But I have to say, the Amityville Horror remake is, to me, just creepier in a way. It's a little more intense. Let's put it that way. It's more intense. I don't know if it's scarier than the original, because the original was the original, and that whole concept was scary. And it's supposed to be based on true events. So, the Amityville remake, though, has my boy Ryan Reynolds in it. Man, I love Ryan Reynolds. He is a beast, and he is like sickly in shape in this movie. Like, the dude is ridiculously cut and built, and he's rocking an awesome beard. He is like killing it, literally and figuratively, in this movie. Like, he's a beast in this movie. And the girl that plays the wife, Melissa George, is just awesome. Like, I love her. She's got a lot going on. So definitely, you guys got to check this movie out. It has a lot of scary stuff in it, and it's intense. It's filmed, I think it's filmed in the fall. Like, it has that vibe, so it really touches into everything that, to me, I find to be horror based. Like, I love, like, the lighting, the fall kind of feel. Again, we're doing a September movie, so this fits in perfect. The everything about it is just very, 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 very creepy. It has a lot of suspenseful moments. It has a lot of, like, scary moments. I'm repeating myself at this point, but guys, go check it out. And it has such a current vibe to it. Like, I don't think you can go wrong with it. Yeah, so if you guys haven't seen them, please go check out these movies. Let me know in the comments what you think of the movies, what you think of the list. If you're going to see them, let me know if you guys you're like, whoa, I wasn't going to ever see that movie, but now I may check it out now because of your recommendation. Let me know. Let me know if you guys really like this and if you guys want to see more. I'm going to do more anyway, so make sure you check it out. I also have a big surprise I'm going to do in October. Well, it's not really, it's going to be something I'm going to do. On October 1st, I believe, I'm going to try to, it might be September 31st, one of those days, I am going to do a video ranking all 31 movies of the top slasher movies, meaning from Friday the 13th, Halloween, and Nightmare on Elm Street. So, guys, the big three. I am going to do a ranking from 31 down. So we have 31 days of October. I'm going to give you the ranking of the 31 movies that were made, and we'll go from there. And you guys can go and check out the movies. Maybe you can check out one a day, and you'll get all 31 in. So, but with that said, guys, I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being a part of this. Let me know again your thoughts. If you didn't like the movies, hey, it's all subjective. It's opinion based. So you can put it in there. Try not to hate or troll though. Just put your opinion. Say why you didn't like it. It's fair. There's reasons why I don't like certain movies, and you guys may not like any of these. But if you like them, let me know too. All right, guys, I love you guys. You guys are so awesome. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell for notifications. So that way when I do one of these each week, you guys are on top of it. You can see what movies I'm recommending. One week might have a theme. I don't know. We'll see, because I got 20 movies. Now, these aren't my favorite movies of all time. These are just some movies I really like that I thought would be cool for the month. I can't hit every horror movie. Just keep that in mind. There's going to be some that aren't on the list that you're going to be like, oh, you didn't add this, or oh, why didn't you put this on there? This movie's better than that one, or this movie's the best movie ever. Guys, this is just a handful of movies that I think are good that you guys might see. There are a ton more movies that I love that aren't on this list, okay? I just picked a bunch of movies that were random that I thought were good horror movies that you guys could check out, okay? So let me know what you think. I love you guys again, and peace out. Have a good one. Mwah, love you. Ciao.